Hi guys, this video will be the start of my series on Expo, which is a React Native framework used by a lot of development teams and enterprises to fasten their app development cycle. Right. So previously I was a critic of Expo, but as I have progressed more in my career and then as I have gained more experience, what I have understood is the velocity in which we make our products and send it to the market, right, will increase the chance of us succeeding, right? So if we go with the bare React Native flow, the biggest problem which that has is you have to upgrade every 6 months to 1 year. Where, for example, recently I had my own work app where I had to upgrade it from version 73 plus to 79 plus, which is the latest version. But if I had just used the Expo, right, and then they have in Android or iOS, for recently Android 16 got released, and recently iOS 26 with glass, like all those things got released, right? I can simply use Expo upgrade. It's a single command which will immediately upgrade my app from the present version to the latest version, which is compatible for both Android and iOS, which will increase my productivity and then save me development hours, which is directly cost to the company, right? Plus the deployment cycle, as well as sending it to testers and all those things, right? With bare React Native flow, you can use Fastlane and GitHub Actions to automate that process. But if we use Expo and its services, you can directly use EAS, which is Expo application services, to where we can just run a single command to send it to both the Play Stores from your system, right? This will increase the velocity at which you guys, like which we as developers or mobile developers, can push features to people, as well as to testers to test, and then and then the go to market would be much faster, right? So I have, actually, it's not depth, it's deep. So what I have decided is to make a comprehensive series, just like how I did with bare React Native, to first remake my series on geolocation, which I have almost 10 to 15 videos on that in Expo, right? And then I have received a lot of queries on how as developers, right, we can manage the dev phase as well as the deployment phase. That is the main selling point of Expo. And then one more selling point is Expo updates. So I will explain the features and then I will explain the cons as well. The first thing is for these features, right, for Expo location and Expo maps and all those things, that is free and open source. You can use it. But for the EAS and the Expo updates, you have to pay money to use that. Okay, that is the only. I was critic of only that, not any other than that one. So, for example, actually, Expo pricing, Expo pricing. Okay, in the Expo pricing, right, here I can see. So, for example, as I said, with a single command, you can build the app for both Android and iOS and then send it for review or for internal testing in test flight for both Android and iOS. The thing is, if we use the Expo services, right, you have to pay money to do it, right? But I was a critic of this because, like, if I scroll down, this is for literally running the app in Mac OS or Linux and sending it to production. That is one, Expo build and Expo workflows. Next one is Expo submit. Right, you can directly submit to Play Stores and App Store. Next one is Expo update. Right. So, for example, if your monthly active users is 50,000, and as you keep on increasing, this amount keeps on like increasing. Right. The thing I was a critic of before was, why should we pay money for this? Like, why should we pay money for this particular services? The answer that I got now recently after working with a lot of AI related stuff is this particular $99, or let's take 1,000, or these particular dollars is chump change for enterprises or big companies, right? They don't care about this particular right? They only want their app to be rock solid, and then the development velocity and cycle should be much faster, because like it leads to more product features being sent to users, right? So as an indie developer, or what I would say, as I am from India, right? In India, as myself, I was not that rich. I'm still not that rich, but I was, what I would say, above poverty line and below lower middle class. I was in that sense where it would, I would feel guilty to spend 10 rupees. 10 rupees in US terms, it's what? Less than 10 cents, right? Because we didn't have the money to spend. That's the reality, right? That's the reality where in India, it's that's the reality. So what I felt was, why should we pay for this? I would get it for free. I would go for the free option. You can say, bro, you are very frugal or you are miser. No, it's rooted in myself as well as in the Indian ecosystem where if people are from lower, like very low economic situations, we don't spend money because we didn't have any money to spend. So even if we spend 1 rupee extra or $1 extra, right, like we can make ends meet and more problems will arise. So we keep it within us. But as I kept on moving up and up, like in my own company as well as the products that I am making, you have to spend money to earn more money, right? So either I can use the bare React Native where my velocity will be slower, but it doesn't mean that I like nothing will work. It will work. But as I grow up, I want more speed. I want more velocity where the features that I make should be immediately sent to people and to internal testers and then to real users. With bare React Native, for example, Android, let's say 6 months later, bare React Native, Android 17 releases and something breaks. So I have to sit down and manually update. I have to sit down and make all those changes. But if I use Expo and Expo manage it flow and all those stuff, right, they will take care of that for me. So I can solely focus on the product. So for that convenience that they provide, as I have, and plus psychologically, plus whatever, like financially or economically, I have improved. So I have decided to spend that money to get that convenience. It's not like, oh, bro, I won't spend any money, etc. Like I was that like before, but as I kept on moving up the ladder, right, like it comes natural. So the two costs that like we have to spend is one is Expo updates, which we can use alternate libraries like Hot Updater, which I have 3 videos on. I'm making more videos on that as well next week. Plus these build. The thing is, if you use GitHub Actions, still you are going to pay some money. But if you use all these Expo libraries, that like Expo libraries means there is no need to spend on GitHub Actions. All everything will be within Expo itself. So if you go with bare React Native flow, you have to use Fastlane with GitHub Actions or some other CI/CD pipeline where all those things run in the cloud and then will be sent automatically. But with Expo, everything is within the single platform, so you don't have to go here and there. Right. So that is the advantage and the convenience that they provide. So as a business or an enterprise, as we move up and up, this particular amount doesn't matter. But if you're cash trained like how I was before, 5 years, 10 years back, this would feel okay, bro. Like we are spending too much on this. Like why should we something like right? For enterprises, for SOC 2 complaints, right? They spend so much money on that per year to maintain that. So this money is like some change for them. So yeah. So what I have decided is to cater to a wide range of audience rather than the bare React Native flow, right? To make more videos on EAS updates, and then remake of my geolocation series to Expo a location, and then Expo maps, etc. And then people have asked me to make more videos on Expo notifications, etc. And then one more is the this I have explained this one. The main core focus of this particular series would be how to do with managed workflow, which is nothing but Expo Go, right? I may be wrong, but yeah, like, and then next one is pre-build flow. Pre-build workflow is nothing but, for example, if you want to use React Native Vision Camera or some other libraries which is not available in the Expo docs right here, Expo libraries, like in the reference, you can do that with pre-build flow. So in 2021 or 2022, right, Expo didn't have this functionality. So if you want to use Expo, right, you have to use only the libraries that they have mentioned here. Now, what they have done is they have expanded their team, they expanded their library team, and then they have expanded 10 times more than it was 3 to 4 years back. Now you can use external libraries within your Expo project and call it as pre-build workflow. Right. One more thing is I already have the project ready here. So here you can see there is no Android or iOS folder. Okay, but this is a bare React Native project where it has Android and iOS folder. Okay, right. But the thing is, let's say if you want to use vision camera, right, you can literally use pre-build, Expo pre-build to generate the Android and iOS folder to make some changes there, and then it will still run in Expo Cloud to generate the builds, etc. Right. So the convenience that they provide is with the custom-made libraries and the extensive docs that they have, plus the Expo updates, plus the build. Okay. So to cater to a wide range of audience, I have decided to make a customized series on just Expo and its library, like Expo and Expo based libraries, which are used in real world applications. Right. Yeah. So that would be the focus. This for the pure React Native flow, right? What I have decided is if there comes a flow, like for example, React Native maps or whatever, right? So I will make the video in one video will be on React Native bare flow and another video will be on Expo flow, right? So there'll be 2 videos on that. So for example, if in your enterprise, if you are not using Expo, you can you can see the bare React Native. But in your development agency, right, you are using Expo means you can see the other video. So each video will be in two, like what I would say, divided into two, so that it caters to much wider audience rather than a small audience of bare React Native. Right. The Expo's marketing team have done an excellent job and they have expanded their services much further, and their docs are now keep on improving. Right. So what I have planned to do is I have planned to make an application and then deploy it to the App Store, right, with Expo modules over the next couple of months or next multiple months, right. So I will be using all these libraries to make an AI app. Okay, not using AI tools like Cursor or Windsurfer, not those things. I'll be making an AI chatbot with custom RAG information, with custom LLM and all those stuff. Okay. And then you can generate a video, generate an image, generate text, etc. And then custom user memory, etc. Right. So for starters, I'll be just using the core flow with all the EAS flows mentioned here. So for example, here actually not this one. So right, I already created a project. In this project, like I'll showcase how you can use builds, submissions, and then over the air updates, which is the hot updates and all the push notifications, right? All those stuff, right? And then like all those credentials, etc. So I will explain each and every step by plus the how you can set up your development flow, and then how you can set up your deployment flow in Expo dashboard, plus all integration of all these libraries in a production based applications, right? So it would be a comprehensive series on all these stuff, right? Yeah. So I'm expanding my channel to not only bare React Native, to also Expo and AI based series, right? So the end goal is for you guys to learn more on how to integrate Expo services plus Expo based libraries into your production based app to increase your velocity, right? Yeah. So I will see you in my next video, or the next video that I am going to make, which is going to be on Expo location, right? So I plan to make multiple videos on that. So Expo location is a, like what I would say, like a very requested video for me to remake and it's a the perfect opportunity for me to remake my series on geolocation with Expo location, right? Yeah. So I'll see you in the next.